Good morning, Bradley here. Just have a couple albums I want to share with you today. I'll talk a little bit about them. The first album I just got the other day, so I've been playing it quite a bit. Trying to get a little familiar with it. It was released in July of 2020, recorded in the last part of 2019. And I believe this is under Joshua Redman. It's called Round Again. So it's got Joshua Redman, tenor sax, Brad Meldau, piano, Christian McBride, bass, and Brian Blade on drums. This is on None Such Records, which I will show you. Well, first of all, since I got the inner sleeve out here, it's kind of nice, I guess. It's got a photo of the band. And then on the other side, a few notes. Not that informative, really, but I will show you the label. Non Such. A little dirty there. Non Such. So this album, this is modern day jazz. It's got 7 songs on here. I told you who plays on here, which you can see those names again. So today in 2020, each one of those musicians are like they're at the top of their categories as far as musicians. So you're not going to get any better musicianship out of this. I would say it's fairly mainstream. There's nothing odd or anything that's gonna, no dissonance on this album. It's just good music. Now actually, in 1995, these 4 guys, they did record an album together, and I think that was under Joshua Redman's name. It was called, what was it called? Mood Swings. So since then, I don't think these 4 have recorded together. There's been 2 or 3 varying combinations that's recorded together, but not the 4 of them together. So this, I will just go over a couple songs here. Joshua Redman wrote 2 songs, Brad Meldau wrote 3, and Christian McBride and Brian Blade wrote 1 each. An interesting song on here, it's the second song, it's called Mo Honk by Brad Meldau. Kind of turns into a bebop-ish song in the middle, fairly upbeat. Great solos, and I do have to say that this is truly a group album. There's no one guy that kind of overshines the other. If any, it would probably be Joshua Redman, because he's the only horn in the group. So, but other than that, it's just a really good group collaboration. The opening song on the second side is called Night Back Round Again, which that's the name of the album, written by Josh Redman. And this features Joshua Redman quite a bit. Really great soul jazz. Brad Meldau has another song on here called Father, and that's kind of like just a normal sounding hard bop song. Ends it up with a ballad on this album. So really, if you want to check out some pretty good modern jazz that's fairly mainstream, this would be a very good album to get. I'm sure by the end of the year, 2020, this will probably be right up there for one of the top jazz albums of the year, I would imagine. Okay, just got one other album here. I've had this for a couple months. It is a Blue Note 80th anniversary. And it is Kenny Dorham, Trompeta Toccata. So the musicians on here are Kenny Dorham on trumpet, Joe Henderson sax, Tommy Flanagan piano, Richard Davis bass, and Albert Tootsie Heath on drums. 4 songs on here. So this was recorded in September of 1964 and released in July of 1965. Now I'll show that front, the album cover once again, because the name is Trompeta Toccato, but actually it's got the names of all 4 songs on here, which is a little, I would say, unusual, especially for Blue Note. So the second song is Mamacita, and Night Watch, and The Fox. So those are the other songs on this album. Kenny Dorham, a lot of times he's kind of associated with maybe some Afro-Cuban rhythms or Latin rhythms, and that is true, but it's not like on his albums the whole album is like that. He'll usually have a couple of those songs, so that's kind of what he became known for, although a lot of his music is just kind of like normal hard bop. So Kenny Dorham, you know, he was one of the top trumpet players during this period. Not as well known as like Freddie Hubbard or Miles or Clifford Brown or who am I forgetting? Lee Morgan. But he would probably be right behind those guys. His albums are always very good. So I will just kind of go over some of these. I'll go over each one because there's only 4 songs. The first song, written by Kenny Dorham, which Kenny wrote all except one on here, Trompeta Toccata. Now this one is an Afro-Cuban beat throughout the song. Really nice percussion, great sounding trumpet. It goes perfect with that. Now the second song is called Night Watch, also written by Kenny Dorham. Just a hard bop song, basically. Has great solos by Joe Henderson, which Joe Henderson and Kenny Dorham, they work together a lot on each other's albums. Kind of, a lot of times where you would find one, you would find the other. They were of a similar mindset, I believe. So on the second side is the Joe Henderson song called Mamacita. It's a 12-bar bossa nova. Once again, you get a little Latin rhythm in there. And the opening to this song, not note for note, but it brings to mind a song for my father, the Horace Silver tune. Basically because of that bossa nova rhythm there. But it quickly just goes into a really nice soul jazz song. Kind of reminiscent of Cannonball Adderley during this period, say around 65. And I believe Song for My Father, that was probably 1965. So at that time, you know, you were getting a lot of bossa nova influences into jazz, and it always sounded great. Now the last song is called The Fox. That refers to Albert Heath, the drummer. It says on the liner notes that Kenny Dorham always thought he looked like a fox or muskrat, which Kenny, growing up in Texas, used to trap foxes and muskrats. So I guess that's a compliment. I don't know. But The Fox, I mean, it's a rousing, upbeat, very high tempo song. It just cooks right along. So if you're not familiar with Kenny Dorham and you like good trumpet music, I think you ought to pick something up from him. And actually, this would be a fantastic one because it is a good album, but it is a Blue Note 80th, which means it has fantastic sound, recorded sound on this album. So I would highly recommend it. Now in the background, that's music from the Joshua Redman album. So anyhow, I believe that's all I have to say today. I hope everybody has a good day and a good week, and I'll catch you the next time. We'll see you.